Hey Flosstube, welcome to Creative Whim Studio. I was going to get a Flosstube in before we headed to Florida, so I'm happy to be here with you today. I want to start out by saying, check it out. I found my other star earring just this morning. I lost one. I don't know if you remember that video, but I was heartbroken because I wear these every day. I was wearing them every day anyway. And one fell off and I had no idea where in the day it fell off. Like, was I at the studio, at the house, in the yard? Who knows? So I then found it, but then I couldn't find the other one. Have you ever done that? This is, Well, today I was looking for something and I happened to lift the dust ruffle off, like lift it up and look under the bed, and I saw my earring under there, way up by the headboard, like against the wall. And I have a feeling little Missy, I'm blaming Ellery, I'm just telling you, because she naps in our room and she's fascinated with all of my jewelry, and I probably had that one sitting on the dresser hoping I'd find the other one, and she probably, because she hides under the bed too, so I have a feeling she took it under there and forgot about it. Anyway, I'm just glad to have it back. So glad about that. I was ill last week, last Sunday. Today, by the way, is Saturday, the 29th of January. Last Sunday, I don't know, I felt off. Like I felt kind of like dizzy or like headed. I just felt weird. I couldn't really explain it and pinpoint it. So anyway, I ended up sick. That night my throat was all scratchy and I didn't get a lot of rest, and then the next day I had a fever and I just felt crappy. So Monday and Tuesday I basically didn't leave the basement. Like I slept down there and everything because I didn't want Kevin to get whatever I had. Wednesday wasn't, I was a little bit better. Thursday I was doing much better. Yesterday I was great. Today I feel good too. Just a little bit of congestion still, but no fever. Doing good. So third time in 6 weeks I've been sick. I feel like I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm good. I'm good. Like, that's no way to start a year. I'm like over it. And I don't go that many places. That's what's so weird. So, the comments cracked me up. I loved all of your funny, weird, pet, quirky things that they do. Some people mention husbands or friends even in there. So that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed reading those. And I also appreciate all the tips on pillow making. I just wish I would have read all of those comments before today, because I made another pillow yesterday and I used different things to make the pillow and found a host of new problems and issues that I need to work through. So it's a process. So we didn't have the grandkids this past week because I was not feeling well. And then it's just, I hate missing a week with them. But she's been sending me lots. Brianna's been sending me a lot of Snapchats. So I enjoy those immensely. Okay, so I fully finished a piece, which I'll show later. I ticked off a lot of things on my to-do list this past week because we are heading to Florida to visit Mom and Jerry, and I needed to get a lot of things done. So I got all of my books for Nashville done at the printers. They've been fully approved, so we will have them when we get back from Florida. A few days after we get back from Florida, those will be arriving. I got the Biscornu, like all the instructions done for that. Today I'm going to finish up the last cross stitch piece, the directions and everything, and get the covers printed and everything for Kevin. That will be done today. And then I just have whatever punch needle I'm coming out with. I will have that to fully finish and write instructions for. But what else? Oh yeah, got the taxes done. Almost. I mean, they're not like 100% done. I mean, I'm so close to being done. I'm just calling it done. I got the hardest part done. What else? I designed all the Patreon charts this past week. Those are due February 1st. I got my Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine spring design, finished stitching it, fully finished it, photographed, wrote the directions, and emailed that to Deb. So that is done. That was due the 30th of January, which is tomorrow. So I got that to her earlier in the week. She's probably fell on the floor like, oh my gosh, Theresa's early. Anyways, so yeah, lots of things ticked off my list of things to do. So I feel like I'm in a really good place right now, and I can go to Florida with a clear conscience. I am going to take punch needle with me. I'm going to work on a new design. I know I can have it punched just in the car ride alone. Plus my mom likes to do punch needle, so we'll probably sit and do punching together, which is going to be fun. I'm taking her some floss that she needed, so it's all good. So at the end of this video, I'm not going to obviously have the grandkids because we didn't have them, but I'm going to have a short little video of bloopers from 2021. It's kind of like the early part of 2021 because they were on my old computer. The bloopers that I had from like probably April on in 2021 were on my current laptop, which I lost a ton of video because there was an issue with my laptop and I lost it. So, and I'm also still holding out hope that I can find a way to retrieve that information. I just haven't had time to deal with it. So, okay, I have some announcements. So I don't know if you guys saw, but I had an interview with Becca. She does the interview with the Flosstuber, and we had such an amazing chat. She makes it so easy to do, and I was nervous. I don't know why. I do floss tubes. I don't know. I don't know what it is about being interviewed that makes me nervous, but she makes you feel right at home, and it was a really good time with her. I really enjoyed it. So if you haven't watched that, go over to Becca's channel and check out that video, but also subscribe to her channel and watch all of her interviews. She does an amazing job, and it's fun to get to know, you know, the Flosstubers a little bit better. So a lot of fun. So thank you, Becca, for that. I really appreciate that. Let's see what else. Oh, did I say Sambrie Stitches is her channel? Yeah, so check that out. Creatube number 16 is up. That's on my other YouTube channel, and I'll have a link below. So I wanted to mention that here. Also, I'm excited to announce that a couple years ago, in 2020, I guess it was, when we had the last Nashville market, they offered a cookbook for sale. This cookbook for this year is 2 years in the making. So there's, what was it? I think I wrote it down. There's 29 small charts in this cookbook. There's 90 plus recipes. The recipes are from exhibitors as well as attendees. The cookbook can only be purchased if you are an attendee to the show or if you are an exhibitor at the show. Are the only people that can purchase it and, you know, then resell it. So I have an order in for like 75 cookbooks. So as soon as market is over, they are shipping it. I think that's what she said. As soon as I get them in my hot little hands, I will be putting them in my Etsy shop for sale. So it's a steal of a deal. I can't remember. I think they were $8 yet last time. I would say last year, but last time in 2020. But this is a bigger book, so it might be a little bit more money, but definitely worth the price. I had a few questions. Christina asked, are you attending any retreats, cross stitch or quilting? I am the guest designer at the Farm Girl Gathering in May in Amana. It's full though. And then I am also the guest designer at Quilter Station, which is in September. I don't think that they've made any announcements or anything about when it is or how to sign up. As soon as I have that information though, I will definitely share that with you and have links for you to join that one. And then that's it. That's it. I was asked to be in a guest designer at another retreat, and I sadly had to turn it down because of the timing of it. It was too close to another retreat that I'm going to, that I'm not the guest designer. So I am going to the Farm Girl gatherings in the fall in Amana as well, but I'm not the guest designer. I'm going to chill and stitch and hang out with my friends. So I'm really excited about that. I believe that one's also full. And then I was invited to do the Garden of Quilts. Again, this year, I just got that email yesterday, but I just can't. I can't make that trip every year. But I told Kevin, I said, if I get invited next year, I would love to do that like every other year. Because that trip out west, you know what? Becca asked me, what is your favorite place you've ever traveled to? And did you bring stitching? I said Boca Raton, Florida, which that was an amazing trip as well. But I really should have said the one we just took last September out west, because I am so eager to go back. There's just so, I'm an outdoor person. I like to be outdoors. And it was just so beautiful. The scenery was so breathtaking, and I want to see it again. And I want to explore more. You know, we could have done a lot more exploring out that way. So, yeah, I will be doing the Garden of Quilts again, but just not this year. Pam, looking for a magnifying light. Which one do you use? I use the Bright Tech. I put a direct link in her comments so she can just click on it and go purchase it if she wants to. But I bought mine on Amazon. I have two. I have one down at the studio, one at the house. It looks like a big dentist arm light. You know, that's why I said to Kevin, I feel like a dentist. But it's awesome because it swings, like when you want to get up from your chair, you just swing it out of your way. So it's swivel, it's heavy, but it's on wheels, and it has this big arm. And then the magnifier light, that also, you know, swivels, or not swivels, but is adjustable. It has different color lights, so you can have more yellow light, a brighter white light, and then it has, you can make it more bright or less bright. So it is so versatile. And, you know, I use it in the basement. I hate saying basement. I use it downstairs. Our basement is beautiful. So a lot of times when I think of a basement, I think of dark and dingy, and you know, so I try to say downstairs. But I don't have a window anywhere near me downstairs. Here at the studio, it is possible, I suppose, but where I have it right now, it's not by a window. But if you have it by a window, it is just a good practice, which I have made this a practice. It's just a habit when I'm done using it that I shut the lid for it that covers the magnifying part. Because if you have it next to a window and you leave that open, let's say you go somewhere and you're gone for the whole afternoon and the sun comes in and it magnifies, it can start a fire and burn your house down. So you have to make sure to close that lid. Caroline, which floss did you start cross-stitching with? I use DMC, Weeks Dye Works, Classic Colorworks. Those are the three that I use pretty much exclusively. You know, Gentle Art, I know they have some amazing colors too, and I've never used their floss, but I don't know that I want to add a whole nother line of floss choices because I have enough options with those three that I currently use, and I just don't want to make it more confusing for myself when I'm pulling floss, because that is, to me, the hardest part of designing is pulling the floss, making sure they work together, because they look different stitched up than they do when you're just laying them next to each other. And because I don't stitch all my own models, it really, that is so difficult for me. So I don't want to make it more difficult by adding another floss line in there. Okay, let's talk about whips, baby. Let's talk about you and me. All right, so I have 2 whips going on right now. I haven't stitched this entire week because I got all those other things done, like my taxes and all those other things I mentioned. I just haven't had time to stitch. I know, you would think being sick and just hunkering down in my stitchy spot, trust me, it was hard and it was very tempting and I really wanted to stitch, but I just knew I had to get all these deadlines done. So my first whip is Lindy Stitches Raven's Needlebook. I always want to call it Shiny Things. How cute is that? Let me see. I think there's a picture that shows it as a needlebook. Yes. Here's the back of the pattern that shows it as a needlebook. And I was sold on this image alone, but especially that guy. I absolutely love this so much. So I got that. She actually gifted it to me. She's just that cool. And I appreciate it. So it comes with everything. It came with everything to make it. Well, here is my progress. So here is my complaint, I guess you could say, is that it is 2 over 2. And I don't like stitching 2 over 2. And I completely forgot that I should be stitching this 2 over 2 because this is 32 count. It's 32 count Silvery Moon Lugana. And I thought, well, I could stitch 1 over 1, but no, because then my needlebook would be way too small. So I forgot about stitching 2 over 2. So the S, I actually stitched it with 1 over 1 or 1 over 2. And I was like, that doesn't look good. And then I'm like, oh, duh. So I just stitched over those stitches. And then, did I stitch that H? I think I stitched the 8 or the H 1 over 2. I don't know. That can't be because that coverage is too good. No, I didn't. Anyway, I can muddle through. It's not like it's a huge piece. I can get through doing the 2 over 2. It's just not my favorite. I prefer the 1 thread. So anyway, I can't wait to get that done because it's just really, really cute. Next is the March Faith and Stitches. And this is what I have done so far. It's called Unfailing Love. The top border is done, and I'm starting on the words, and then the bottom border is just a repeat of the top border. I don't think I printed out a color picture of it for you. I don't know, let me see. Do you guys like my new format where I'm standing instead of sitting at the table? I got tired of, you know, sitting at the table and then I'd have to get up to show you things close to the camera, and my chair is noisy, and I just thought this might be better. Okay, so here is what it will look like when it's done. So I had these charted. These little diamonds were charted to be filled in with the white, but I thought that it would be too busy. So I happened to have like a kind of a grayish color sitting there for another project, and I'm like, ooh, I'm going to try that. Oh, I like that better. So see, those 2 flowers have their white, the white in them, and I think if that diamond had the white, I think it would take away from the flowers. So that is, can I just tell you, that is one thing I absolutely love about stitching my own models, is that I can make changes like that. If I'm stitching something and I don't like a color, I can change it. There's just no way I could stitch all of my own models. You know, I love my model stitchers. I'm grateful for them. And, you know, if there's an issue with something that's showing up, most of the time, they will get a hold of me and we will, you know, make some decisions as they go. But as far as like, what if I don't like a color? Well, tough bananas. That's why I need to get, you know, if you go watch the interview with Becca, I talk about what I want to do for my floss, like the floss colors that I absolutely love and I use the most. I'm going to make a book and I explain it in her video. And then some people were saying, well, use the DMC book floss card that has the actual floss in them. I do. I have two of those. I have the latest one and then I have an older one. The problem with that though is I want to have the skein of floss because I want to lay the colors together. You know, that book is amazing for choosing a color or for color conversion from Weeks to DMC or Classic Colorworks to DMC or something like that. It's great for that. But when you're designing a piece, you want to be able to take all of the floss colors and lay them together on top of the linen that you've chosen to make sure that the colors all work and all show up. And you just can't do that from that book. But anyway, speaking of organizing, in my Patreon, starting after market, I'm going to go live as I'm organizing my studio. So it's not like I'm going to be sitting there just chit-chatting, which I'm going to chit-chat, you know, some as well during the live. But for the most part, it's about just organizing my studio. I was telling them in Patreon that I just am bursting at the seams. There's hardly any flat surfaces that don't have something on them. I go to set something down and there's just nowhere to set something. It's giving me a little bit of anxiety and I need to clean things out and organize. I have a full kitchen over here with cupboards like you'd have in a kitchen. They are chock full, but a lot of the stuff that is in those cupboards are things I used years ago, 15, 20 years ago when we moved here. My business was way different than it is now. So I need to clear out the things that I'm not using, you know, donate them, do giveaways, whatever. And then there's a lot of file cabinets that are housing paperwork from 15 years ago. I got license agreements from, you know, when I started my business, filed in this file cabinet. Well, I don't need all those license agreements. They're null and void. They're, you know, expired and stuff. So that's what I'm talking about, is just cleaning out the cupboards so that the things that are sitting out on the countertops can go then in the cupboards. So that is something I've been wanting to do forever, is organize my studio. And I thought this is a way I can make it happen. It's a way I can spend time with my Patreon members, and it's a way that we can chit chat and have a good time, and I can get some stuff done. And I'm looking forward to doing that. So that was a rant. All right, finishes. I have a fully finished painting. I do not think I showed this in my last video. Okay, so I did my last Flosstube a week ago Monday. I started this on What You Paintin' Wednesday a week ago Wednesday, and then last Saturday I finished painting it. That's right. So now I haven't shown it on Flosstube yet, and I absolutely think it's so cute. So fun. I've been sketching a lot of like prim rabbits and stuff. You know, spring is coming. Spring is coming. And then my other FFO is the February pillow, Faith and Stitches pillow. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. So let's just talk a hot second about my challenges making this pillow. Where do I begin? Okay. I started off great because I had my rotary cutter. I had all the tools I needed for making straight lines, and I also remembered from the first pillow I made that I didn't like having so much I didn't like having a huge border between the edge of the stitching and where the trim would be or the seam would be here. I didn't like a big border there. So I did good, whoops, upside down. So I did good on that part. Then what I wanted to do was I wanted to sew rickrack around the edge. Who just did a video? Proper Stitcher. I can't think of her name right now. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. She just showed a video of how to sew. There's 2 different ways to sew your rickrack on after you make your pillow. So that's what I was going to do. But then I couldn't find rickrack that I had in stock that matched any of the colors in the pillow. So then, Dirty Face Lace, you know, I'm in love with it, just like Stephanie Webb from Lindy Stitches is. She uses it a lot, and now I know why. I love it on everything. It looks great on everything. I love how grungy it is. And it just matched the linen. Excuse me, I got an itch going on. It matched my linen really nicely, and it kind of makes it look a little old-fashioned. But, so here is where the complications came in for me. So I got fusible webbing. It'll be in my haul video. But I bought the kind that Vanna recommends. Oh my gosh, so much better than the first time I made my pillow. So I liked that brand, or not, it's the same brand, but it was just a different number. I don't know. And then this one I stuffed with polyfill, and I like that, but I don't like that it's not heavy. So a lot of people in the comments were saying mix polyfill and... Sorry, battery died. The crushed walnut shells gives it the weight, and then you can fill it better with polyfill. So the next pillow I make, I'm going to use those 2 things together. So I put my lace, I put it in between the 2 layers, and then I pinned it. I didn't know how to do the corners, and quite frankly, I just fudged it because I'm like, I don't have time to go look up a video and watch it. I just didn't have time. So I thought, well, so I kind of folded it. I don't know if I can explain that really well, but I folded it so that it was like at a 90-degree angle type thing and pinned it real good. And so anyway, I ran my stitches all the way around because I cut my hole in the back to fill it. Well, so that's why my corners, the lace wants to fold down, because I got to figure out how to do that better. That was one problem. Another problem was I had the lace butted up against the edge where, you know, the cut edge of my fabric. Well, then I go in 1/4 inch for my seam. Well, this lace, where is it? So here's the lace. Well, if you go in, oh, sugar booger. If you go in 1/4 inch, you're taking off a lot of that. Plus you lose some when you turn it. Anyways, so part of my pillow has like that much showing, just a teeny tiny bit showing. Some of it has that much showing, and then there's a spot that has a bunch showing. So I don't mind showing you guys my mistakes. I think it's fun to show you that I'm just learning and I'm okay with the mistakes. And I'm hoping that this encourages you to, you know, attempt to fully finish your pieces, learn from my mistakes. And, you know, like I said, I don't have a problem showing you my mistakes. So down here, like I said, like right here, there's hardly any. Down here, there's hardly any lace showing. And then it gets longer here. Well, then you come up here, and I don't know what the heck happened here. This is how I would like the whole thing to look, is this. But obviously, So it's wonky, and I love wonky. I love weird, I love wonky. So I guess I lied. It's not fully finished because I don't have any thread that color. And all the colors I don't have a lot of thread because this is new for me, you know. And I used to have, I know I have thread somewhere because my mom and I made a quilt top together, or she made a quilt top, I made a quilt top, you know, we made them at the same time at her house. So I know I have thread somewhere. I probably have her thread as well because when she moved and, you know, sold her house, I probably took her sewing stuff, but I don't know where it's at. So I didn't have the right color thread to fully finish. But so now we need a new acronym. So it's a AFF, almost fully finished. AFFO, almost fully finished object. Anyways, okay, moving along. So those are my fully finished pieces. And then I had 3 people that I want to share their fully finished pieces. First up, we have a cross stitch called Rejoice. It is one of my angels, as you can see, and this was stitched by Aloha Kristiki. So it's Aloha_Kristiki, and I'll have her linked below. And then it was framed by, and these are Instagram names, it was framed by Mirfoto_Badget. And I know I'm saying this wrong. These are Russian folks, and I don't know how to speak Russian, so I know I'm saying those wrong, but I saw this on Instagram and I gasped because that frame with that stitched piece is absolutely stunning, so I had to share that. Then we have Pam Seberg. She finished the freebie I was just talking about earlier, Kindness is Free. And she made it into a project bag, and I think that is so clever and love that. So thank you, Pam, for sharing that with us. Next we have Barbara Clother. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your last name, but she finished, oh, it's so cute. She made some changes. Well, let me just read what she wrote. I just completed finishing your design. I attached it to this email. I changed Season's Greetings to be Welcome Winter. Also changed the snow to be in the white family. I did this so I could leave it out all winter as I live in Wisconsin, where we have snow usually through March. It was very fun to stitch. Hope you like it. So thank you so much, Barb, for sending that in. It is really cute. What a great finish, too. Next, we have Bernadette Ryan. I thought you would like to see my finish of Hope for the World. I used a small tray and painted it red. I aged it with some black paint. I covered the button of the tray with sticky velvet and glued the stitched piece, which I had laced on mount board. I hope you like my finish. I have more charts of yours, just need to find the time to stitch. I also love your artwork. You are very gifted. Oh, that's so sweet, Bernadette. Thank you so much for sending that in. That's so pretty. So that is it. Thank you so much, ladies, for sending in your work. If you have stitched something of mine and fully finished it and would like me to share it here on Flosstube, all you have to do is email me at teresacoget3@gmail.com and I'll show it on my next video. This is crooked and it's really driving me crazy. Okay. Okay, so I have some haul, and I wasn't, like I said early in the video, that I wasn't sure I was going to be able to record a Flosstube before I left to Florida. So I did a little handheld the camera and videotape myself showing some haul. So I'll insert that after I show you some other haul that I have gotten. Oh, first I have to show Stitchy Kindness. Now, I know I keep saying this. I don't normally show Stitchy Kindness, but when it comes to project bags that people gift me, I just have to share them because I want you to also be able to purchase these beautiful project bags from these people. So this is how this happened. I was watching Pam and Steph just keep stitching, and Stephanie showed a project bag that she got that was made from my For the Love of Nature fabric. I was drooling. I was like, that is the cutest bag. Oh my gosh, especially because it's my brand new fabric line. And I just was like, this is so cute. And so she was saying that it's from So Much to Love. Her name is Karen. And she mentioned it on Instagram that she was taking pre-orders for, you know, these bags because she was getting the fabric in. And I guess they sold out quickly. Anyways, by the time I saw it, I was like, oh, had I saw that post, I would have ordered one. And then I went to find So Much to Love on Instagram and I wasn't even following her. I don't know what my problem is, but I didn't, that's how I didn't know. So I commented on her post and I said, oh my gosh, you know, Steph, I don't know, maybe I messaged her or commented on her post. Anyway, I said, oh my gosh, I just saw Just Keep Stitching and Steph showed her project bag. I said, oh my gosh, I, you know, didn't realize you were making these or I would have purchased one. You know, let me know when you have them for sale again. I can't remember exactly what I said. Anyways, she commented or messaged back to me. I think she emailed me actually. And she said, I want to send you these project bags as a gift. I was like, oh my gosh, you don't have to do that. But she's so kind and she sent me, these are so pretty. And I think she's got more fabric. I think she's making more. So I'm going to have her link below. I believe, doesn't she have an Etsy shop? I will show you her information. I think you buy them through Etsy or is it just through Instagram? I'll have it linked below. I can't remember now. But here is, oh, her packaging is so cute. She's got a cute little sticker. This says So Much to Love with her logo and then handmade with love. So cute. So it's so S-E-W much number 2 and then love L-U-V. So here's the bag. How cute is this? It's got a little felted heart. And this is the one that she makes that fits a Q-snap, which I don't use, but that's okay. It has a gusseted bottom. So it's, you know, wider at the bottom if you have lots of things to put in it. It's so well made. It's so beautiful. This I love. Obviously, I like that lace. Well, look how cute. And the inside fabric. So well made. Thank you so much, Karen. I am like blown away by your generosity. And then there was another piece to it. Oh, I got a mess going here, right here. Yeah. She sent me a sweet card. It was so sweet. So nice. Oh, yes, it is Etsy. Anyway, here's the other piece. This is like a little floss bag. Again, the little felted heart. How sweet. She fussy cut that so that the deer in the house would show. And the little fox and the, oh, my moth. My Newcastle bouquet moth. Love, love, love. Again, cute fabric inside. So, let's just zoom in. She has these cute tags made that she puts on all her pieces. There you go. SoMuchToLove.com. So it's Facebook, Etsy, and that's her website. So awesome. Oh, and it's quilted and it's got batting in there. It's thick. It's so nice. Wonder what project's going to be housed in there. I'm going to keep her card. I want to keep all her stuff together in there. Oh, yeah, and she sends tea. She sent Stash tea as well. Bonus. Okay, then I belong to the Legacy Fiber Art Linen Program? No. Auto Ship? Club? What is it called? Fabric Club. And it arrived about a week ago, and it is gorgeous. So it comes in this really pretty packaging, and it is Old North Church. I'm gonna take it out of the package. But she also sent, is an extra little bonus, the Cupid floss. And it came with a card that talks about Old North Church. It's got a little write-up on it. It's very cool. So if you're not in their club, go check it out. I'll have a link below. This is Rachel and Sue from Floss Toss. Sue is really well known as a yarn dyer, but now she's dyeing linen and Aida for cross stitching. So she dyes it. She sends it to Rachel. Rachel lives in Michigan. And then she serges the edges and packages them and lists it for sale and does all the shipping to customers. So they make quite an awesome team. But look at that. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. So I don't know how they're working that. So this is for the Fabric Club. Now, I don't know that this is exclusive to the Fabric Club. I'm going to guess that this will be available in their shop as well eventually. I don't know. I really don't know. That is a question for them. So I'll have their link below to their Flosstube as well as their website where you can sign up for the club if you want. They just recently added Aida, the Aida Club. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Very cool, very cool. And then last but not least, my sweet friend Theresa Venette, I ordered from Kitten Stitcher because you know she doesn't have enough orders to fill. That woman, I don't know how she does it. She works so hard. Her shop is extremely successful, and I want to, support her shop. Not that she needs my piddly orders, but she is amazing. I just love her. So anyway, I have admired and loved this one from the day I saw it, and it seems like everyone is stitching it or has stitched it. It's just so well done. It's so beautiful. I love the colors. I love everything about it. So I bought that. That's Brenda G. That is Winter Rose Manor, and I love it. So I don't know when I'm going to find time to stitch these things, but here's the deal. I'm creating a collection of things that I want to stitch. And then as I get older and I'm going to finally retire, I'll have these things because who knows when it might not be available anymore. So I'm building like an inventory of things that I would like to stitch in my lifetime. All right, this is the other one I got, Blackbird Designs, Our Lasting Friendship. I got it because I know Stephanie and her friends from Just Keep Stitching, Stephanie, her and her friends are stitching that and putting their initials and stuff in it. Every time I see a picture of this sampler, I just have to have it. And I can't wait to read about it. I don't know if that's an original or an antique sampler, but anyway. Just going to go over a little bit of my haul because who knows when I'm going to be able to do my next floss tube and I'll forget what I got. So, just go over a little bit of stuff. I purchased some, what do you call this? Interfacing? Lightweight fusible interfacing online. This is the brand that Vanna recommended, which is Pellon P44F. So anyway, I just got a little piece of it just to get started. Make sure I like it. But I mean, if Vanna uses it, hello, I'm sure it's fine. Then I got this, a pressing cloth, because, Vanna was using one and I didn't have one. So now I have a pressing cloth. And I got those items from JoJo's Quilt Shop online. And they send you this little emery board, which is super cute. And this is their business card. Nice little note in there. So there you go. Then from Fat Quarter Shop, I think it was Fat Quarter Shop. Yeah, pretty sure. No, my bad. This was actually from Walmart. Yeah, I happened to be at Walmart and I was like, oh man, I really need to get a rotary cutter. I ordered one from Fat Quarter Shop. I just don't have it yet. But I couldn't wait any longer. So I was at Walmart and I just happened to go in their sewing aisle and I got a new one. And I like these that, you know, when you're using it and when you set it down, it's a safety mechanism. And then I got this nice 8-inch square ruler, and then I've got the 6 by 24-inch ruler for down here. Then I purchased a couple frames for a cross-stitch piece for the Nashville release. This was one of them, which did not make the cut, although I know I'll be able to use it eventually for some sort of finishing. And let me go grab the one that made the cut. I'm not going to show you what it's going to be framed, what's going to be framed inside, but anyway, let me go get it. Hey, how about that close-up of that ruler? Here is the frame that I chose. Let's just do it this way. Here's the frame that I chose for the piece. It is so perfect for the piece, and I can't wait to get it framed. You'll see that in my new release video coming like the second week of February. By the way, I get my frames when I do it myself and I need a certain size. I need a special order frame. This company, pictureframes.com, they're so good. I got this frame. I ordered it and like a week later I had it. And they have, I actually don't even order from the catalog. I order from their website. So it's pictureframes.com. And they have, let me find the ones that are really awesome. They're really grungy barnwood ones that I love and adore. And they got fancy pantsy stuff too. They have a ton of frames to choose from, and they're very reasonable. Like, look at that one. The barnwood. Love that. Look at that flag. So yeah, it's nice because somebody contacted me because they needed a thin, like a real thin black frame. So they have like almost anything you can imagine in almost any color you can imagine. It's really, really nice to work with them. And like I said, they're quick. Their frames are gorgeous. They make them quickly, and they do a really good job, you know, with their corners. So that was just a little tip for you if you're looking to have custom made frames. Look at that barnwood frame. Okay, and then another thing that I purchased. No, I didn't purchase. Kevin got this for me. So when we order from uline.com, that's where we get all of our shipping supplies, you know, our Stay Flat envelopes, paper, just flat sheets of paper that we use, you know, to wad up and fill a box to get everything in there nice and snug. All kinds of things, our shipping, packing tape, labels, all kinds of stuff. Anyways, when you spend a certain amount of money, then you can pick out a free gift. He's gotten hats. He's gotten, all kinds of cool things. I can't even think off the top of my head right now what he's gotten. But he got this for me, and I'm in love with it. I love tools that are multi-purpose and very functional and things that I would use it for. So let me move that. So first, it's a hammer. And then you push this down, which I'm going to have to set the camera down to do this, or my phone. You push this down to unhook that. So let me do that real quick. Okay, so I got it. And then you can open this like this. It really is hard to do this with one hand. And so you have like this wrench thing there. And then you have all of these tools inside. So I'm going to open all those tools and show them to you. So we have a little saw here. And this can be used for a screwdriver. This, I don't know, there's a beer opener, a bottle opener. It doesn't have to be beer. This, I think, is for different size nuts, but I'm not sure. And another little saw. And then this end is a screwdriver. And then a little knife. And then I think, yeah, like a little file on this side. See that it's a file? Handy dandy. This will be in my purse. No, I'm kidding. It's a little bit big for my purse, but handy around the studio, and we'll be taking that to Nashville because I'm sure it will come in handy there too. So that is my haul, which is actually pretty darn good. And that is it. That's all I got. So my plans are this. We're going to Florida. My plan is to hang out with my mom, play cards, do some punch needle with her, hang out, get some sunshine. I'm freezing right now. I turned my furnace off because it's so loud and it's really cold in here right now. However, it's, I don't know what it's at. It is right now it's 64 in here, and I keep my house at 67. I keep the studio at 64. 67 at the house. I spend a lot of my time in the downstairs because that's where my stitchy spot is. That's where I sit and design on my computer. That's my hangout. So if it's 67 upstairs, it's probably like 65, 64 downstairs. Sometimes it gets, like when I had my fever last week, I had to have a little space heater on me because I was just sitting there freezing. But here at the studio, I'm up and moving around a lot more, so I can't have it at 67. Kevin gets down to the studio before I do normally, and he'll have it cranking, and I'll come in here and I'm in a t-shirt and I'm just like sweating. And I'm like, I can't deal with this. It's too hot in here. So I'll put it like 65, 66, somewhere around there. And the poor guy, he's over on the other side where it's not as sealed as it is over here, and there's not as many heat ducts as there is over here. So he's over there with a jacket, a fleece jacket on, and you know, just all bundled up, and he's chilled, and I'm over here sweating in a t-shirt. It's a little backwards. That's how we roll here at the Kogut Ranch. So anyway, thank you for joining me today. My plan, like I said, is just to chill with my mom, and while I'm in the car, I will be designing and finishing up those last couple of things with the taxes and doing some punch needle, because it's a 12-hour, well, it's 12 hours and then 6 hours. But that's without stopping. So I'll have lots of car time. Kevin prefers to drive. I prefer not to. So I will be getting some work done on our travel days. I've got the doggy downers for Teeny because she's not a good traveler and she pants and shakes the entire time. So I took her to the vet on Monday and got her this stuff you put on there. It's like a gel. You put it on her gums and it chills her out. And she'll lay down finally and relax for like a good hour and a half, but then she's right back up. So it doesn't last real long, but it at least gives her a break. It gives us a break because that panting in your ear gets really old after a while. So I'm not doing a giveaway. Oh, speaking of giveaway, I will insert the winner here. Last week you had to say the word weird and tell me about your weird pet. So here is the winner. So congratulations, you won a pattern of your choice. Please email me at teresakogut3@gmail.com and I will send that to you when I get back from Florida. And then, what else? that's about it. All right, guys, I love y'all. Thank you again for being here and sharing some time with me. Don't forget, create every day. Bye.
Where's Jeannie gonna sit?
Good chair.
Which one did you want? This one?
Ouch. Over there. It's recording. It's not live. I'm gonna be editing. I'm trying to see if we can fit in. Ow, if we want to.
Jeannie, you want to get up in the chair?
Change it all.
I need
It's
a
not
different
bad.
shirt.
Maybe
What's
I
this
should
thing?
move this up longer.
It's distracting.
Really?
Isn't it?
I don't think so. Yeah, that's not distracting.
Well, I'm freaking got a Carhartt shirt.
All right, what's wrong with it?
Okay, as long as I get some endorsement money from them, I'm fine.
If you want to change, go for it.
I'm fine.
Okay. So, and then, yeah. So that's how that's gonna go. So, I should make sure I don't have something on my teeth. I had salad. Oh, I don't want big green leafy. Okay. Hey Flosstube, welcome to this special edition of Creative Whims Studio. No. Hey Flosstube. No, that's right. Hey Flosstube, welcome to Creative Whims. Okay. Oh my lord, I had it right the first time. Didn't write her name down. I do it all the time. All the time. It's a good easy for me to say. A good conversation. Yeah, I talk. So when you go to Instagram and you look at the Nashville, no, oh my gosh. Flosstube, so all you have to do is email me right here. Theresa called it, easy for me to say. So it's only open to the shops. You have to have the credentials. One that says Amphira. I never know how to say that word. I'm gonna have one that, see, ready, oh, okay, my dog. She used the called for floss with the exception of subbing out 3865 in place, or subbing 3865 in place. Let me start that freaking thing over. We have from Sarah Goodman Strobel. She sent in, whoops, sorry. Start that right over. And then last we have Loretta Mullen. Loretta. Nope. This is a different email. For Pete's sake. So anyways, I told myself not to say so anyways all the time. Hey Flosstube, welcome to Creative Whims Studio. Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Theresa Koga and I'm with Creative Whims. That is stupid, I'm starting over. Okay. Hey Flosstube, welcome to... Okay. Party, and then tomorrow's Mother's Day, so I want to say Happy Mother's. Tina, quit. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go. No. Go lay down. Lay down. This camera's me off. We've been Instagram. 1 second. I'm losing my thoughts. Yes. And I will insert the YouTube work. And I also want to thank you for supporting my work. I know that people are excited about this line. And I also want to thank, and I really, so, you know, I'm sure there's, I'm